There comes a time in life when you don't need just any door to open. You need the right door to swing wide. The kind of door that shifts everything. The kind of door that leads to purpose, prosperity, and peace. But listen to me, you don't stumble into that door by accident. No, 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 no. The right door opens through prayer. Not every opportunity is the right one, and not every open door is meant for you to walk through. In life, we are often presented with choices, opportunities that seem good on the surface but may not be aligned with our purpose. This is why divine alignment is crucial. When you are aligned with God's plan, the doors that open are not just random opportunities. They are intentional pathways leading you to your destiny. Alignment means being in the right place at the right time with the right mindset. It means your desires, actions, and faith are synchronized with a greater purpose. You can't force a door to open if it's not meant for you, and you shouldn't rush into a space that hasn't been prepared for your arrival. Sometimes the reason you're struggling isn't because you lack talent or effort, but because you're trying to access a door that was never assigned to you. Divine alignment requires trust. Trust that even when a door closes in front of you, it's not rejection, it's redirection. Trust that the delay is not denial, but divine positioning. The problem many people face is that they chase after doors that look promising without seeking guidance on whether those doors lead to the right destination. They see a financial opportunity and assume it must be theirs. They enter relationships simply because they feel lonely, not because they are divinely aligned. They take jobs that pay well but destroy their peace, not realizing that every door that opens is not a door that leads to purpose. When you are in divine alignment, doors will open that you didn't even knock on. Resources will come from places you never expected. People will show up in your life to help you in ways you could never have arranged on your own. That's the power of alignment. It removes the unnecessary struggle. It allows you to flow in a direction that has already been prepared for you. However, alignment is not automatic. It requires prayer, obedience, and discernment. Prayer keeps you connected to the source, allowing you to receive direction. Obedience ensures that you follow the steps laid out for you, even when they don't make sense in the moment. Discernment protects you from walking through the wrong doors out of desperation or impatience. Some doors look good, but lead to destruction. Some opportunities seem right, but are distractions in disguise. That's why you must remain aligned. Because when you are, you won't have to chase what's meant for you. The right doors will find you. The right connections will be drawn to you. The right season will unfold at the perfect time. When alignment happens, struggles become stepping stones. Delays become divine timing, and every door that opens is not just an opportunity, but an assignment. Too many people treat prayer like a wish list, a spiritual transaction where they ask for what they want and expect it to be delivered on demand. But prayer is much more than asking. It is aligning. It is the process of bringing your heart, your mind, and your spirit into harmony with God's plan for your life. Alignment means surrendering your own desires and seeking the path that has already been prepared for you. It means understanding that God's ways are higher than your ways and His timing is greater than your timing. When you pray, you are not just presenting requests, you are positioning yourself for divine instruction. You are opening your spirit to receive clarity, wisdom, and direction. The mistake many people make is believing that prayer is a one-way conversation. They speak, they request, they plead, but they never take the time to listen. They assume that if they pray hard enough, they can force their desired outcome into existence. But true prayer is not about manipulating circumstances. It is about aligning yourself with what has already been set in motion for you. Alignment through prayer requires patience. Sometimes you will pray and feel like nothing is happening. Sometimes you will ask for a door to open and instead it remains shut. But prayer is not about immediate gratification. It is about preparation. It is about positioning yourself in a place where you are not just ready for the blessing, but also mature enough to handle it. When you align through prayer, you shift from chasing blessings to attracting them. Your focus changes. You stop praying for just any opportunity and start seeking the right one. You stop begging for things that might satisfy you temporarily and start pursuing things that will sustain you eternally. Alignment through prayer also requires trust. Trust that even when the answer is not what you expected, it is still for your good. Trust that closed doors are not punishments but protections. Trust that God sees what you cannot, and He is guiding you toward what is best for you. People who are aligned in prayer do not panic when things don't go their way. They do not force doors open that were meant to stay closed. They understand that prayer is not about bending God's will to fit their desires, but about transforming their desires to fit God's will. When you truly align through prayer, you gain discernment. You no longer say yes to everything that looks good, and you no longer chase after what is not meant for you. You become sensitive to the right timing, the right opportunities, and the right relationships. Alignment brings peace. It eliminates unnecessary struggle. It ensures that you are always exactly where you need to be. Opportunities will come, doors will open, and choices will present themselves. But not everything that looks good is good for you. This is where discernment becomes essential. It is the ability to distinguish between what is simply appealing and what is truly aligned with your purpose. Many people miss their destiny not because they lack opportunities, but because they lack the discernment to recognize which opportunities are meant for them. Discernment is more than intelligence or experience. It is spiritual insight. It is the deep inner knowing that helps you navigate decisions with wisdom. It is the voice that warns you before you make a mistake, the inner guidance that tells you when to move forward and when to step back. Without discernment, people waste years chasing things that were never meant for them, only to realize later that they were knocking on the wrong doors the entire time. One of the biggest traps in life is mistaking a distraction for an opportunity. Some doors will open, but they are distractions in disguise. They look promising, they seem beneficial, but they are designed to pull you away from your real assignment. This is why discernment is crucial, so you don't waste energy walking through a door that will take you further from your destiny. Discernment is not automatic, it must be developed. It comes through prayer, patience, and a willingness to seek wisdom beyond your own understanding. It requires stillness, taking time to listen instead of rushing into decisions based on emotions or pressure. It requires spiritual maturity, the ability to resist immediate gratification in order to wait for something greater. One of the greatest signs of discernment is knowing when to say no. Not every invitation needs a response. Not every offer should be accepted. Sometimes the enemy doesn't block your path. He distracts you with choices that look good but aren't right. People without discernment chase everything that glitters, only to realize too late that they were deceived by the shine. Discernment also protects you from unnecessary pain. Many heartbreaks, disappointments, and failures could have been avoided if discernment had been in place. It allows you to see beyond the surface, to recognize when something isn't as it appears. It keeps you from being manipulated by appearances, from being tricked into settling for less than you deserve. Another aspect of discernment is timing. It is possible to be in the right place at the wrong time. Some doors are meant to open, but not yet. If you force your way in before you are ready, you may ruin what could have been a blessing. Discernment helps you not only recognize the right door, but also wait for the right moment. People who develop strong discernment move differently. They are not in a rush. They don't panic when things don't go their way. They trust the process because they know that when the right door opens, it will require no force, no begging, and no compromise. One of the hardest things to accept in life is waiting. We pray, we hope, we believe, and yet sometimes the doors we desperately want to open remain shut. It can feel like rejection, like failure, like something is wrong. But what if the delay is not a denial? What if the door is not locked forever, but simply waiting for the right moment to open? Many people give up too soon because they mistake delay for defeat. They assume that because something hasn't happened yet, it will never happen. They let frustration turn into doubt and doubt turn into fear. But a delay is often a sign that something greater is being prepared. It is not a punishment, it is preparation. Imagine a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't see results immediately. He doesn't dig up the soil every day to check if the crops are growing. He understands that growth happens beneath the surface long before it is visible. The same principle applies to life. Just because you don't see progress doesn't mean nothing is happening. The door may be closed right now, but behind it, things are shifting, aligning, and working in your favor. Delay teaches patience. It forces you to develop the endurance needed to handle what's coming. Many people want success, but they are not yet equipped to maintain it. They want relationships, but they lack the maturity to sustain them. They want influence, but they haven't developed the discipline to handle the responsibility that comes with it. The waiting season is a training ground, shaping you into the person who can walk through the right door when it finally opens. Some doors remain closed because God is protecting you. If He opened them too soon, you might walk into something you're not prepared for. You might step into a position that looks promising but ends up draining you. You might connect with people who seem supportive but later betray you. When God delays a door from opening, it is because He sees what you cannot. He knows what's on the other side, and He will never allow you to step into something that is not for your good. Many of the greatest blessings in life come after a period of waiting. The stories of success, transformation, and breakthrough are filled with seasons of delay. If you quit too soon, you risk missing the very thing you've been praying for. You may be just one step away from the right door opening, but if you allow frustration to turn into surrender, you'll walk away before you receive what was meant for you. A delay also tests your faith. It separates those who are truly committed from those who only want quick results. It forces you to ask yourself, do I really believe in what I'm praying for? Do I trust that the right door will open at the right time? Faith is not just believing when things are easy. It is believing when everything seems to be standing still. People who understand that delay is not denial move with confidence. They don't rush. They don't force doors open. They don't settle for something just because it's available. They trust that when the time is right, the door will open without struggle, and what is meant for them will not pass them by. It is easy to feel frustrated when a door closes in your life. You apply for the job and they reject you. You invest in a relationship and it falls apart. You chase an opportunity and it slips through your fingers. In those moments, it feels like failure, like something has been taken from you. But what if that closed door was not rejection, but redirection? What if that setback was actually a setup for something better? Some to keep doors open that were never meant for us. We hold on to people who are pulling us down. We force opportunities that don't align with our purpose. Oh, wait. We ignore the warning signs because we are so desperate to make something work. But when a door closes, it is often because it was never meant to be part of our journey. Instead of seeing it as a loss, we must learn to recognize it as a blessing in disguise. A closed door can be a form of protection. Some opportunities look good on the surface, but carry hidden dangers beneath. You may have wanted that job, but you didn't know the stress it would bring. You may have been heartbroken over that relationship ending, but you didn't see the pain it would have caused you in the long run. Sometimes God shuts a door because He sees what you cannot. He knows what's on the other side, and He will never let you walk into something that will destroy you. A closed door can also be preparation. If you received everything you prayed for right now, would you be ready for it? Many people want success, but they lack the discipline to maintain it. They want relationships, but they haven't healed from their past. They want open doors, but they are not equipped to handle what's on the other side. The closed door is not just keeping you out. It is keeping you in a place of growth until you are ready to walk into what is meant for you. The challenge is that we often judge our circumstances by what we can see. We assume that if something doesn't work out, it must mean we failed. But sometimes the very thing we are crying over is the thing we should be thanking God for. Have you ever looked back at a situation and realized that what you once thought was a disappointment was actually a blessing? The job you didn't get led to a better opportunity. That the person who left made space for someone who truly valued you. When a door closes, don't waste time knocking on it again and again. Don't chase after what has already been removed from your life. Instead, shift your focus. Trust that if a door has closed, it is because a better one is being prepared. Trust that your rejection is actually your protection. Trust that what is meant for you will never require you to beg, force, or compromise. People who understand this principle don't panic when doors close. They don't fall into despair when things don't go their way. They walk with faith, knowing that every closed door is just a step toward the right one. They trust the process, they embrace the lessons, and they remain confident that when the right door opens, it will be worth every disappointment, every delay, and every closed door that led them there. Walking through the right door is not just about opportunity, it's about preparation. Too many people pray for open doors, But when the opportunity comes, they hesitate, doubt, or sabotage themselves because they haven't developed the mindset required to step into their blessing. The truth is, the right door will never open for the wrong mindset. You cannot walk into a new season carrying an old way of thinking. The right mindset begins with belief. You cannot expect doors to open if you do not first believe that you are worthy of walking through them. Many people live in self-doubt, questioning if they are good enough, smart enough, or strong enough to handle what they are asking for. They pray for increase but think in lack. They ask for opportunities but shrink in fear when they arrive. The mind must be renewed before the blessing can be received. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to walking through the right door. Some people do not step forward because they are afraid of failure. Others do not move because they are afraid of success. Yes, success can be intimidating. It comes with responsibility. It requires discipline. It demands a new level of commitment, and many people remain stuck, not because they don't have opportunities, but because they are too afraid to step into something bigger than themselves. The right mindset also requires letting go of the past. You cannot move forward while holding on to what is behind you. Old failures, past mistakes, and past disappointments must be released. Some people do not walk into new opportunities because they are still rehearsing old pain. They are carrying the weight of rejection, the bitterness of past relationships, or the regret of past choices. But the right door cannot be entered if your hands are full of what should have been left behind. Preparation is key. You do not wait for the door to open to get ready. You get ready so that when the door opens, you can walk through it with confidence. This means developing discipline, refining your skills, and strengthening your faith. If you are praying for a business opportunity, are you preparing yourself to handle it? If you are asking for love, are you working on becoming the best version of yourself? If you are seeking elevation, are you willing to handle the challenges that come with it? Your mindset must align with your prayers. You cannot ask for greatness while thinking small. You cannot pray for abundance while operating in fear. You cannot expect doors to open while doubting if you deserve to walk through them. The right door is not just about timing. It is about alignment. When your mindset aligns with your purpose, opportunities will begin to align with you. People who are ready for the right door think differently. They do not beg for opportunities. They position themselves for them. They do not wait for permission. They walk in confidence. They do not second-guess themselves when the door opens. They step forward boldly. They know that preparation meets opportunity. And when the right door is before them, they will not hesitate, shrink, or turn back. They will walk through it with full assurance, knowing that they have been prepared for such a time as this. Every closed door, every delay, and every disappointment has been preparing you for the right moment. The doors that didn't open were never meant for you. The opportunities that slipped away were not your destiny. The right door has been set aside for you, and when it opens, it will not require you to beg, force, or compromise. But when that door appears, will you be ready? Will you have the faith to walk through it? Will you release fear, let go of the past, and step boldly into what has been prepared for you? The right door requires the right mindset, the right timing, and the right version of you. So keep praying, keep preparing, and keep trusting. What is meant for you will find you. The delay is not a denial, it's divine positioning. The rejection was not failure, it was protection. When the right door opens, step through it with confidence, because you were made for this moment.